These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Game, and I just like that you get to play as a jungle camp, as the chain is going to connect and Fisher has to flash.
I didn't expect it to be disfavored for Mr. Fate, though, is that when the Fury starts channeling her W, like, you know what's going to happen. You know the timing, you know when she's going to go in, so you can actually use that to guarantee that you land skill shots, which is also why I think she feels so snowbally.
I think that he is probably going to try and not be in a lane with anyone if he can possibly help it, as Mihail forced to flash towards the top side of the map. Sylvie, though, going to make use of the time by taking at least one of these grubs. Fisher moving on over as Polu gets on in here. That is going to be a crash down employed, and so much damage onto Sylvie. Does have to flash away, but Fate easily follows up, and now Fisher and Vital. Oh god, Fisher is going nuts! He's able to get two here as Polu is trying to run away. All the doggos come out, and it's a double, make it a triple, and I think Fisher's back in the game.
Available, so Nongshim, okay, Nongshim can basically choose, do we want to TP him in, or do we just want to have him shove that bot wave out? Ideally, they'd shove out and then TP, but that might be a little bit too late. Ideally, you want to deny a fourth stack, as Sylvie stacking the passive.
Yeah, Fate getting dashed on there, but does get to go back to his distortion. Jiwoo taking a little bit of damage as the Bros, I think, looking for a disengage. Wallop comes down, double flashes do come on through as they get put to sleep. Mihail going all out though, and now Polu, can you actually hold them at bay? As it's two on the floor already. Fisher going to be going down low though, and that is a shutdown picked up for Youngjae. Nongshim, they do get the 4 out of 6 on the grubs. That is good news, but that shutdown gold for a Viego is dangerous. You're saying that instead of doing one of two things, they did 2 of 2 things?
No,
that sounds way better.
No, they still kind of ended up doing only one.
Better option, as you can see, the Merkwolves have made their way out into the river now. As Fate dashing in one more time. Chain's not going to connect there, as Polu could be in trouble. Headbutt Pole does come down. He's going to try and crash his way out of it, but in goes Fisher once again. Magnet Storm coming on through as Fate not able to offer anything back there. And right now, he's got an item, and Fate does not quite have one built up just yet. Also, doesn't have a whole bunch of health bar here. Is looking to try and distort away. There's the Mimic as well, as goes back to the first distortion, but there's a whole bunch of bad guys, and he is going to explode. So's Jiwoo, though. My goodness, the Bros finding an angle here. As the Fury going aggressive, these puppies getting annoying. As you can see, Youngjae just going to heartbreak at the wrong direction. Not going to be able to contest this Herald, and that is going to go over to Nongshim. Goal should be an opportunity as Youngjae moving on down. Charging up that stun. Chains are going to connect there, and oh dear, Sylvie in a fair bit of trouble, but they do get the teleport out from Mihail, and my god, the explosion of damage here from Fisher. Press W and everything is just fine.
Get cancelled.
Yep.
Till it was already too late.
Damage over time is not going to interrupt it, so it works out very, very nicely. Bro going to be able to take an outer turret in the mid lane against kind of the flow of play, but that's because Fisher is alone in the bottom lane with a Rift Herald, and maybe this inner turret is also going to fall because there's no one making their way over outside of Fate just coming out of the Death Chamber. And Fisher, with a bit of spare time, I think should be able to just take this one down. And yeah, looks like Fate not going to be able to get here in order to stop this whatsoever. There it is, 700 gold over to the Fury.
Polu.
Yeah, Polu, I'm not sure if he's in a very good position right now. Mihail actually really smart, going to be taking away the Mega Cone, and that is going to mean Jiwoo can rotate around and pick up a freebie. That is going to be Polu falling down. The Bros kind of just falling apart here in this one. And what a way to have our final day of regular season, as Sambo kind of wishes this wasn't what the final day of regular season looked like, as the kiting was pretty good. And Fisher says, no, I will right-click, and you will die.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, that just means that it's Vital's job to deal with the LeBlanc, as Nongshim going to be grabbing this second Chemtech Drake. And it looks like there's not going to be any response to it, just happily clearing out minions in the mid lane.
They're dogs in a row. With Fisher continuously applying this pressure inside. Now, mid turret being sieged.
Ooh, that is a Shattering Strike, not really finding the mark. And this turret will just fall. Nongshim not needing to invest too much there. Really created Black Cleaver though. Vital is forced to ult very early in this one. A possible opportunity. They're still going to chase him down. And now Sylvie looking to try and get on in there. Youngjae will be able to finish off the cow as Fisher wanting to kill Fate, who is incredibly low and is still going to be able to survive. Polu may not be so lucky as Mihail looking for an all-out angle. That wallop was phenomenally placed. And they are playing right on the edge here, the bros. Morgan hops his way out. Mihail tries to go all out, but unfortunately it's Samba that locks him up. The Nefarious destroyed his Fate, teleports back in to save the team fight for the bros. That's 75 gold worth of value here as there's the Samba is just dead, but Jiwoo is going to have to sacrifice himself for that one, and that is another kill going over to Fate. That is 2 now to his name, and this LeBlanc is starting to get online.
That is a lot of Baron damage gone, though, and these health bars aren't super high. I think we're going to see Nongshim at least try. Fisher, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
TP's available, so they really just want to stall, but no ultimate available for Vital.
Yeah.
They're buying a lot of time, though.
Youngjae will be able to take him down.
Yeah, they got
out of the pit. So they do buy enough time.
Yu was going to die anyway, like he was on the enemy territory, so I think him getting this picker is nice. Didn't have to invest his flash. But this is a showcase that if the fights get messy...
The Magnus Storm actually going to connect this time around as Jiwoo just Samba getting his revenge immediately. The bottom lane are wiped out. And there's a Lilia in the bottom lane. Fisher is also trying to push that lane through. Taking this one down, Fisher. Can he actually threaten the base or something like that? It looks like that's not going to be the option as Bro tear through this Baron very, very quickly. It's on hit Varus. They're not too worried. And now the Bros just have full control.
And back-to-back team fighting, Atlas. Putting the Bros back.
Throw away a Magnet Storm so you can win the game with it later on. It's all about investment. And it's beautiful, just like right here. He might just be straight up dead. By might, I mean I guarantee he gets the lilting lullaby,
yes,
and he's dead. So he's like, oh, mark down that cooldown.
No, but
or like eggplant. I don't need steak, especially not every day. We've had plenty of steaks this week. Just not required.
Yeah, no, that's I normally love cooking jokes. How could you do this to me?
I was planning that one for a while, actually.
Really?
Like, this one's terrible. I need to fit it in. And I'm really glad you gave me the opportunity. I appreciate you. Sylvie going to be clearing out this wave as Morgan's coming on over. And, is Fate just going to be able to kill him? That's the question. Almost. That's down to 100.
That's actually my favorite part about living in Korea is the mountains.
Yep, the fact that it does go somewhat vertical. As all right,
that's Mininar.
Could be in trouble. The ulti's being pressed, an explosion of damage.
That's what I was referring to at the beginning of the game with Nefarious side lane.
I just don't think that it's the best Mario Kart, okay? That's all I said. I think that all of the other ones are better. That's all I'm saying.
You can't beat my nostalgia, Atlas. Let me live.
What about my nostalgia? Like N64 SNES? That's even more. That's more powerful. You're right. I mean, we're getting really to the base end of it. As all right, there's a little bit of a stun on Mihail, but he's happy to tank it up. Magnus Storm connecting onto a few here from Polu. But where is the follow-up? Where is the angle? As Fisher, the call of the pack, comes in, and look at the Varus explode. Fate gonna go down as well, and Fisher, yeah, if he can press W on you, I think at this point you're just dead. And Nongshim, after losing a couple of team fights in a row, they decided we're not doing that again.
Trying to make sure that Morgan can't TP or back so that the rest of his team can end.
Oh, that was a cute one there from Morgan, but I think he's still gonna have to watch from the enemy jungle. As Vital, oh no, the interruption, too powerful. And these Nexus turrets will go down. Nefiri, for the first time, will be picking up a victory here in the LCK in the final day of 2024 summer. The Camille was the champion that Morgan used on Hanwha Life Esports to make it all the way through the World's qualifier, and then make it all the way to top 8 at the World Championships.
Yeah,
like, bro, did invest a fair bit. As there's a flash hook. All right, Polu, I see you. As Fisher is going to get ardently blazed to death. Every time.
Jonas Strong is so mean. Like the fact that he's able to clock that Youngjae misses the timing on the W there.
Yeah.
Which doesn't matter. It's a little burn on the Dragon here. Are we going to get a 4v4?
Oh god, the culling is going to soften up Vital and Sylvie quite a lot as we begin this. Youngjae just going to move on down. He's taken all of the grubs and now he's looking for the Dragon as well. And Nongshim looking a little paralyzed at this point in time as the rockets are coming on in. There's the hook onto Polo. He's going to take a fair bit of damage. As Vital flashes away, they take down the Nautilus. And so that is going to be an evening out of the kills. It looks like Bro still going to be able to grab themselves the Drake. But Jiwoo looking for another angle here as Fisher may have them exactly where he wants them. 1 versus 3 though for the Corki, not something that he really wants. Quite a few times. I feel like it's sort of like the accepted answer. Or something like that people have gone for. It feels, and I'm not a big fan of it.
It feels the same as... because I
looks at it and says, not today, sir.
It was closer than I thought that was going to be.
All right, hookshot does come in as Morgan looking for an angle here. Hextech ultimatum might be enough, or he might just be dead, and he is. That Samba is not going to have very much fun playing archery here in this bottom lane this game.
Oh, maybe Morgan can TP, but even that's hard. I think Sambra's just dead.
Yep, I think they're just going to give him up. Make sure that they maximize the amount of grubs that they can pick up, and there it is. Sylvie very comfortably tanks that last turret shot.
It's happening? We're doing
it? All right, yeah, there is another flash to come out. This time it's Mihail that has to use it. Hextech ultimatum coming in. Let's see whether Morgan did give enough time to Young Jay this time, and he absolutely did. Puts him to sleep, and there's the kill going over to the Camille. That's what it was supposed to look like. And you did mention that plates do go over to Jiwoo, and so he's at least able to do that. As now the Blast Cone going to be used in Brendan Valdez's favorite way to get Fisher out of trouble.
Good example there of Mihail's inexperience just after he finds a great outplay in the 1v1. Being that far up in your lane when your team is diving on the opposite end of the map, you just can't do that.
It is just kind of an unforced error.
Chiyu, that's good.
Yeah, he is going for the build as there's the knock-up. Fisher is going to have to flash and does so. Will be able to clear out a lot of this wave, but you can see that there are Void Mites here. Fate going to get a bit of a shove in here on this top side of the map. 6 grubs going to be really helping out here, as I don't think the Mega Inferno Bomb is going to be enough to take this down, and Fate just tanks it. But look at this, like the Swift Rift, man. It is allowing Young Jay to get these Qs in exactly the positions that he wants it. As Arrow going to be flashed out of the way off here by Jiwoo. Bouncing bombs coming on through, but I don't think Vital's surviving this one. That's Samba locking down the kill. And that should be Rift Herald going over to Bro as well. And Young Jay able to grab almost anything that he wants right now on this map. It's the Lilia that's the biggest problem that Nongshim needs to find a way to deal with.
And in the previous game, let's not forget, Young Jay actually had a wonderful game himself as well.
A battle for this Cloud Drake, the pivotal first Cloud Drake of the game. As Morgan's found the backline, the arrow is going to sail by as Mega Inferno Bomb does a whole lot of work. Sylvie baits Morgan in, but Morgan's going to be able to pick up a double in the interim. Young Jay now trying to dance his way around, but Fisher is going to point, click, and destroy. As this Corgi is so incredibly scary. The flash from Fate. Can he get a double tap? The answer's no. And it's a triple for Fisher.
And Brion, they pulled the trigger, but it doesn't feel like they hit the mark just right. Unfortunately.
That's going to be the first Cloud Drake of the game. Likely being picked up here by Nongshim. They're keeping Bro at bay very effectively. And this Corki, after those 3 kills, now has the Trinity Force done and very, very close towards that first big 2-item spike. With a 1.3k gold lead, but Bro looking to try and answer that as Mihail possibly in trouble. There is a turret still up here, but Hextech Ultimatum's going to mean that Mihail's not really going to be getting out of here. And yeah, that's the kitchen sink, landing on a mini-Gnar.
His difficulty, every team fight, I think, if he's playing his champions, I'm like, man, good angle, Mihail. And then he just dies in side lane immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a very consistent thing that we see with a lot of players when they come to the LCK, as you need to be very aware. Easy pickings for Jiwoo was Mihail.
He's getting real angry, throwing the house at Morgan. He does avoid the wallop, but he can't avoid the Gnar as the Sterix does come on through. Mihail just finding these fights. That is a very dead Jiwoo, but it's going to be traded for a Morgan immediately afterwards. Still, the 1-for-1 actually going to be helping Bro here, as there is not really much to fight for right now. Polo probably regretting the angle of that hook, as Vital finding the Magnet Storm onto 3. Polo ignited, and so he will be falling down, but everybody else having a nap, as Nongshim forced to use some flashes to get themselves out of the way. as they do get full information as to what's happening. Bowling ball going to connect as Fisher's big one's really hurting here. Heading towards his rapid fire cannons. That sidestep! Woo! Oh man, Fisher is having a day today.
Fisher was really lackluster initially. When he came in as...
Oh god, Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. Samber is almost just dead at the start of this fight. Another great ulti to come on through as Vital will take a little bit of a nap alongside Mihail. But the flash forward from Sylvie, I'm not sure about that one still.
but it doesn't really work. It doesn't matter though, because they'll get Nash.
Yeah. And Polo not going to be able to make his way in. Of course, Jiwoo very good at just keeping them out of the area. The satchel already in place. That's the Baron going down. And even if Vital is going to have to sacrifice himself, it does not really matter. Youngjae going to get slowed down by the minefield. As, yeah, not even willing to face check this Tri-Brush. Decent sidestep there. I think Vital is still going to be dead. As Youngjae going to have to go golden. And Vital's still alive, guys. Arrow is going to sail by. Completed just yet. I thought that might have been a rapid fire hit, but no, it is just a Trinity Force hit. That is only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. As Nongshim pushing ever forward. Jiwoo with that satchel in place. They don't need to do that much to this turret, and it will just be going down. Vital comes on in. There's the flash out from Jiwoo as the Magnet Storm onto Polo. He takes so much damage, but that is the Corki wiped out at the very start of the fight. Mihail needing to get in here if they want to be able to take this one down, and there goes the turret. And so even though they do lose Fisher
From the bros.
and I think that, you know, they see that Neferi pick come in, they're like, Nongshim,
Oh no.
man, you are ready to tango.
No, they don't know about Vital. They don't know! Oh, I guess Vital didn't want any of it.
Well, I mean, they kind of just wanted to take the last remaining inhibitor turret, as an arrow is going to sail on through. Great sidesteps there from Fisher and Jiwoo. And yeah, now the culling is coming in. The bros are coming from the other side as we have the circle of mist down here for Sylvie. In goes Morgan into the back line, but he's out again instantly. Fate diving forward, but it's a 1-for-1 trade of mid laners, and Jiwoo's still alive. It is going to be Polo able to finish him off, but now Mihail, he's going to be the carry. And Samba, let's see what he can do up against this Nars. It's a triple kill for this massive Viego.
As we see, a lot of damage comes down initially here from Fate onto Fisher, and the teleport that comes in is a mini Nars, so there is actually a reasonable fight angle despite the attempt to peel for Fisher. Eventually they're able to get on top of him thanks to Morgan's ultimate, but
yeah, Vital is now, look at him, he's corralling. That is going to be a lot of damage. The shield fully removed here is Youngjae going to go golden. Trying to buy some time, some space, but it does not work. Magnus Storm under 2 from Vital, and it's a triple instantly for Fisher, who is now just Valkyrieing forward. That's going to be the quadra kill, and Morgan might be able to give him the penta as the teleport's coming in. I don't know whether you want this 1v1 though, Fisher. This is a little bit dangerous. It is a Camille after all, as he might get brought down to his GA. That would be set up for the pentakill. As Morgan, are you going to give it to him? Are you a benevolent god? The answer is perhaps yes. As now they are... Oh, Jiwoo, really? In your last game as Fisher, yes, an understandable into the fountain there as the Nexus goes down. Nongshim, 2-0 bro here in the last day of the regular season.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.